So you may have heard of Manoli or Manoli's code formatter, and it's very useful. You can do C# VB, some other code formatting. It basically just takes your inputted plain text code and formats it into some sort of HTML that you can paste into your website and display formatted code. And it's very useful. I use it a lot. I use it a lot to display code on my site, and I decided that I'm just going to make something a bit more efficient. And so I took his code and I basically put it in a Windows Forms application, and you can just take code and paste it into the application. So you paste the code in the top left text box. It'll update the web browser to the right for a preview, and below it you'll have your HTML code, and by default it's going to embed the style sheet. You can also specify whether or not to alternate lines and line numbers like you can on his control, is web control. You can also save the style sheet to file if you need it, if you're not embedding the style sheet. And then you've got a button down here to copy HTML to clipboard. And then you've got your link in the bottom right hand corner to link to the web application itself. So I'm going to copy HTML to clipboard, all this formatted code here, and I'm going to go over to my website, and I'm simply going to add an HTML content control here, or like an insert thing, custom HTML control. So I'm just going to put it here, and I'm going to paste my HTML control that I copied to clipboard, and it's going to be all centered. So by default it's going to center all the content, so I'm just going to hit center on it, and then I'm going to hit left again to align it left. It's just going to have the default alignment and be displayed properly. It's just the way Weebly is. But in the end it turns out nice. And so if you want to like copy formatted code to your website, this control is pretty useful. Someday I'll get around to adding my type identifier regex pattern, which identifies these types here that are highlighted in turquoise, but like I'm not really familiar with his whole master regex thing that he's generating. Someday I'll get around to it, but at this time I'm gonna get back to DevBox.